This is Ebbinghouse's forgetting curve. If we assume that this is the actual lesson, as you can see, as time goes by, over a number of days, if you haven't reviewed, 40% of content is forgotten by day 3. The key to beating the curve is to review on a number of different occasions. This reduces the amount of content that is forgotten within the student. Now, with the use of Google Forms, you can review, adding bits of information as you go over the number of days, number of months, and number of years, because you can obviously go back and set a Google form from a previous year's piece of work. So why use Google Forms to help students master their memory? Well, it's free as long as you have a Google account, although Educational Suite will provide you with a scoring system. I tried to set a quiz for my family, and unfortunately I wasn't able to allocate any marks for each of the questions. It's easy to use interface, and setting up quizzes is quite straightforward. Once you get started, the steep learning curve for you to become a quiz designer, easy data management, collecting the information, and it's quite a nice quick online quiz to test subject knowledge. So to recap, additionally, it's constantly saved to your Google Drive. So if your computer freezes, it will be there for you when you can get back online. It's easy to add different media formats, such as videos and images. It's easy to share through Google Classroom, as I'll show you a little later, as a quiz assignment. And then you get fantastic connectivity with Google Classroom in relation to downloading marks. And the best thing of all, it's self-marking. To simply open up Google Form, you need to have signed into Google, like I have here, and you will notice your waffle at the top. Click on your waffle, gives you all the apps. Simply scroll down, then you'll find Google Forms there. Click on it. Now, sometimes it might not be sharp straight away, and you need to click on the More button to allow it to be shown. Click on Forms, and it will open up onto this screen here. So, to open up and start a new quiz or create a new quiz, simply click on the blank quiz. It should open up, and notice we've got 2 different titles there. Now, you need to fill both of those in to ensure that you can find them easier at a later date. So let's call this one UK quiz. It's that. And there we have opened up a quiz. Now it's all about being able to put in new questions. There's 3 main types of questions that I use for using on Google Form. And the ones that I choose are the ones that help me with my workload, as in they're self-marking. So if you have a look at the toolbar along here, we've got the top one, we've got add question. So the main different types of question from the drop down that I use are short answer, multiple choice, and checkboxes. Multiple choice and checkboxes are very similar, but the checkbox selection allows students to check more than one answer. So a little bit more of a step up from simple multiple choice. To insert a short answer question, you'll notice we've got our question format here. Simply click on here, click on short answer, type in your question. Now you need to put your answer in. So click on the answer key. Here you need to ensure that you've put in the appropriate tariff. So I'm going to put in 1 mark because it is just one answer. And here you need to put answer. Now please be aware that London, as a correct answer, would have to have a capital L. But if it was an answer that wasn't a specific name, you might have to put two answers in, such as London with a lowercase. But obviously that's not appropriate now for a capital city. To add a multiple choice question, click on the toolbar to insert a question. Notice the generic option is multiple choice. Type in your question. Here, you need to select a number of different options for the students to choose. Now you need to put your answer in. Remember to add a tariff, 1 mark, because it's a 1 mark question. Click on the correct answer, and that is your multiple choice question done. Another type of question I'm going to show you how to input is a checkbox question. So click on your toolbar, the multiple choice, which is a generic one, shows up. You need to change it to checkbox. Type in your question. As with the multiple choice, you need to select a variety of answers. So we've got 5 answers, 4 of those are going to be correct. Please notice that with the checkbox, the boxes are square. Another useful tool is to be able to import questions from a previous quiz rather than having to rewrite them. So going back to this toolbar here, click on your second icon, brings up previous questions, click on the quiz. You could either select all or scroll down, find the ones that you would like to include, and then import them. I've imported these ones because they include a picture. So they're short answer text questions. So it says which country's flag is shown. I've put in a picture of the Northern Irish flag by simply click on this icon here, where you can then choose your photograph from something you've downloaded previously and uploading it, or simply typing your search for your image in Google Image Search. Settings are quite important when setting a quiz. If you click on the cog here, the main one you need to be concerned about is this one here. So if I put a click on there, the students only get one go at the quiz. So this is very good for using to see and testing their knowledge. Whereas if you would like students to build on their mistakes and to correct them, to readdress misconceptions, then take that tick out and then students can obviously go back and correct answers. So this is what a test would look like. Students should get an email if you've set it through Google Classroom, as shown before. They click out fill out form, the questions come up. Students then need to answer the questions. Here we've got a short answer question. Notice I've got a capital letter in there. Here we've got a checkbox question. The student should realise it's going to be 2 of the checkboxes because it's worth 2 points there. I'm going to choose the top 2. Then scroll down. I've got a combination of some photographs or images to help support the questions. Here's such as what is coloured orange on the map. I'm going to type in England with a lowercase e, because obviously spelling with the correct Capital letters is important. I've got a multiple choice one here. Click on that. Once the students have finished, they push submit. Now it's obviously important for them to be able to learn from the mistakes or misconceptions for them to view scores. So as you can see, it shows where they've got them right. It also shows which ones they've chosen wrong, but also gives them the correct answer so they can build on their previous knowledge. Please notice in this one though, even though it was worth 2 marks and I got one of them right, it failed to give me one of the two. It gave me 0 out of 2. Correct answers here. So this one, we've obviously got 3 potential variations of Northern Ireland, which I've included. So if the students have used any one of those, they would still have the correct mark. This allows students to build on all their knowledge. So what we're going to do now is show you how to set a Google form within Google Classroom. So we've got a demo class here, obviously for data protection aspects. Click on classwork, click on create. You're going to miss out assignment and you're going to type in or click on quiz assignments. Type in the title, instructions, what's the date, the topic. Now you can either open this quiz and start a quiz from fresh, but this time I'm going to add it from a Google Drive. So I'll type in there, China 2. Got to put that quiz. Now the key point here is to ensure that that slider is in the on position, as in coloured in. And then all you need to do is, once it's saved, is assign. And that will send a Google form to the student's email for them to complete. Now, the beauty of Google Forms and Google Classroom is the importing of grades. So, for example, I'm here in Google demo class, click on grades. Now, as you can see, only one student has done this quiz here. I simply click on there. This student has turned in, whereas I'm still waiting for that student. All you simply do is import grades. That brings in, so this student here got 13 out of 13. I'm going to quickly return it. Type in excellent effort. That sends it back. Now it's important to return those for Google Forms, because what it will do is that after it's returned, it will give an average for the class. So you can see whether the students are beating the average or not. And that's it.